Hi, everyone. I'm Susan, and I would love to share something that's been stirring in my heart for months now. And, there's this moment that happens when you've been living someone else's version of your life for so long that you almost forget who you really are underneath it all. For me, that moment came after 40 years in the corporate world, after corporate leadership, academia, coaching. I was always moving, always achieving, always being what everyone else needed me to be. Maybe you felt like that. Maybe you're feeling that now. That sense of disconnection, like you're successful on paper, but something essential has gone quiet inside you. After COVID, I found myself completely burnt out, sitting in the silence of retirement and feeling this profound longing. Not for more achievements or accolades, but for something I had buried so deep, I almost forgot it existed. I realized I was longing to come home to myself, to remember what it was like to create without agendas or someone else's deadlines, to connect with the wild, untamed parts of nature that have always been my personal sanctuary, to once again trust my hands, my heart, my own visions, and my voice again. That longing led me back to my buried passion and to my easel. It also led me back to the vast prairie skies of my childhood in southern Alberta, to the majestic BC mountains where I now live, and back to my beloved animals and landscapes that have always spoken straight to my soul in a language far deeper than words. And what emerged really surprised me. I was creating not just paintings, but these stories were emerging. Not just images, but these invitations to pause, to remember, to reconnect with the wild, authentic parts of ourselves that often get buried under the heavy responsibilities and expectations we carry. Because here's what I discovered in those quiet studio hours. Creativity isn't just about making something beautiful that I can hang on a wall or compliment a sofa. It's about remembering who you are when you strip away everything you think you should be. Have you ever felt like that? That quiet stirring, that whisper saying, there's something more to you, you just don't know what it is. That maybe it's time to reconnect with the creative spirit you had as a child before the world told you you needed to be practical, to grow out of it, to play safe, to color within the lines. So today I'm beyond excited to share what emerged from this personal journey I had back to myself. And it's my first collection called Where the Wild Begins. These 6 paintings have actually been curated as an emotional journey through the rich landscape of your soul. Each piece purposely captures a different season of transformation, a different aspect of what it's meant to be authentically, wildly, beautifully human. So imagine beginning with a piece that's so powerful, so unapologetic in its energy that it demands you to acknowledge those storms you've been avoiding. That moment when you finally realize you can't live disconnected from yourself anymore. This is where we start with that pure, unleashed power. Then, the next picture, we're moving into something that makes you smile even before you know why. A picture that whispers, remember, my friend, when you used to giggle in childlike delight in those simple things in life? What happened to her? This is your permission to be curious again, to approach life with wonder again instead of worry. From there, we'll then journey into those sacred in-between moments. You know the ones. When you're no longer who you were, but not yet who you're becoming. This piece holds that exact feeling for you to experience it, that beauty of not having everything figured out, and it's okay. It's when you're in that state of in-between. Then in the next piece, we meet a cute little character who reminds you that wisdom and playfulness do not have to be opposites. In fact, they make the best kind of dance partners. This piece will make you want to approach life with both depth and delightful, how shall we say, irreverence. Later, we then encounter power again, but then this time it's the power you're not afraid of. It represents the energy of someone who remembers their strength, who can weather any chaos while staying rooted in their truth. And then we'll close with the most profound piece in the collection, one that will have you reflect on every transformation you've ever experienced. Seeing the beauty in you becoming who you are, who you're meant to be. Recognizing that every season in your life has been preparing you for this moment of your authentic self-expression. So there you have it. We have 6 pieces, 6 emotional landscapes, and 6 personal invitations to remember who you are underneath who you think you should be. But here's what makes this truly special. This collection takes you beyond the surface of looking at art. And as I mentioned, we go to a deeper level about experiencing a journey back to yourself. And how are we going to do that? Each piece comes with its own meditation, a guided journey of sorts where I've created it to help you connect not just with the artwork, but with the parts of yourself that each painting awakens. And it's going to be different for everyone. So imagine sitting with one of the pieces and rediscovering your capacity for that innocent joy, or breathing rhythmically with another piece, remembering your unshakable strength. This collection helped me realize that beyond creating art to decorate your space, it can remind you of who you are at your core. A journey back to your own creative soul. And for those of you that are feeling that stirring, that whispering, that maybe it's time to trust your own creative impulses, I am working on something special, so stay tuned. It'll be a gentle guide that'll help you uncover what's been waiting patiently inside you all along. So for months now, I've been quietly sharing my journey with you, building trust with those of you that have found your way to my work, and I am deeply grateful. And I'd like to invite you on an even deeper journey with me. If you're ready to connect with your own wildest authentic self, if you're curious about bringing more intentional beauty and calm into your life, if you believe like I do that creativity can be a pathway back to your soul, then I invite you to join my Story Collectors Circle. You'll be the first to experience each new collection, to hear the stories behind every piece, to receive the meditations and insights and other tips that accompany this work. So for me, after 40 years of going a million miles an hour, here's what I learned. The most profound transformations happen when we take the time to slow down. When we remember what feeds and nourishes our souls. When we give ourselves permission to create, to explore, and to become. This collection isn't just where my wild began. It's an invitation for you to find yours too. The only question is now is, are you ready to remember who you are when you strip away everything you think you should be? If so, this is where the wild begins. So come on, join me.
For more stories and inspiration, go to sjborasfineart.com.